The first major league home run for Rhys Hoskins, and it's off the auxiliary scoreboard in left field, and the Phillies take a 2-1 lead. You don't think his family isn't excited about that? And a high fly ball to deep left center field. This one is gone! Second home run of the night for Rhys Hoskins. And the Phillies have just made this a 2-run ball game. Hoskins whacks it out toward left field. That's well hit. It is gone! A 2-run home run. He's homered for the third time in 2 games. An off day yesterday in San Diego's like gold, and for the Phils, after losing 2 of 3 to the Arizona Diamondbacks, they kind of needed it, and now they get set for a 3-game series here in San Diego. NBC Sports Philadelphia, home of the authentic fan, presents the Phils and the Padres. All right, so the Phillies made news earlier today. They acquired Justin Bour, the starting first baseman for the Miami Marlins. They claimed him off waivers, worked out a trade. They sent Mackenzie Mills to the Marlins. Phillies also got some cash considerations to help pay for Bour's contract. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. They're going to have a big ceremony to honor Ben at some point this weekend. They just haven't told us when it's going to be just yet. All right, so Justin Bour will be here tomorrow. What a pickup for the Phils to really help balance and strengthen their bench.
Well, they needed some bolstering of that bench, and who better to do it than Justin Bour? They needed some pop from the left-handed side, and it's exactly what you got. Take a look at your home run replay brought to you by Giant last week against Nick Pivetta. He goes to right center. This man is big. This man is strong, and he can create some bat speed. Here off Zach Eflin, dead central. The man, like I said, can create some backspin, and here off Sir Anthony on a backup slider, and that actually tied the ball game up last Sunday. This is the guy that's going to be a big improvement for this Phillies offense.
All right, so one of the things he can do is not only hit the long ball, but he also can work a count. In fact, that's what Gabe Kapler talked about. He now has 4 players on this roster that have 60 walks or more here in 2018. Remember last year, Cesar Hernandez led the team with 61 walks. All right, today is also a very special day. Not only is Rhys Hoskins and his fiancée, Jamie, now engaged, but it's also his 1-year anniversary since he made his major league debut, and what a player he has become.
A great player, a great person, and we all anticipated Rhys Hoskins coming to the big leagues and making an impact, and he did that immediately. Guy can use the whole field. He can drive in runs, he can hit home runs, he can hit extra base hits. He plays a solid enough left field after having been moved from first base. The man had never played left field in the professional level, and boy, is he doing a very good job for the Fighting Phillies. Take a look at these numbers, T-Mac. In 1 career year, I'll take these numbers for the next 15 years.
120 RBIs, 103 walks, an OPS of over 900, and a very good on-base percentage as well. And then the other part of it, too, and this continues to evolve, is his presence in the Phillies locker room. All right, so it is game 1 of this 3-game series. It'll be Zach Eflin, the former Padre, against Jacob Nix, making his major league debut for San Diego. And speaking of Rhys Hoskins, there's so much to like about him. There's so much to talk to Rhys about. In fact, Greg Murphy will do that when we return to San Diego. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. By Toyota, the national clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com.
been, well, exactly 1 year since this guy arrived in the major leagues. Rhys Hoskins, celebrating a year in the big leagues. Can you believe it's been that long?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it at all. Obviously, there's been a lot that's happened, kind of a whirlwind of a year, but time flies when you're having fun, as they say. And yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been a year, but hopefully many more to come.
1 year removed, and you think back to all that you've been able to accomplish and all that still needs to be accomplished. But are you a different baseball player now than you were a year ago?
Oh, I think just more experience. You know, I'll have more experience tomorrow than I did today. But I don't think so. You know, I take what I've done, good and bad. Try to learn from both sides and be a better baseball player the next day. And you know, that's kind of what I've done throughout my career. That could change as I go forward in my career. But it's worked out pretty well so far, and I like the direction that we're headed in.
This time last year, you were just embarking on your big league career. This time this year, you're trying to get this team into the postseason. Pretty exciting stuff, I guess. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I was just trying to get my feet wet last year, and now we're in a position with how we've played so far this year that we're in first place, and it's the middle of August, and we're thinking about playing into October, and late into October, which is really all you can ask for as a baseball player. It's what I think each of us dreams of at the start of the year. We believed in each other, and we're in the place that we are now because of it.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't say congratulations to you as well, as you got engaged yesterday here in San Diego. So congratulations to you and Jamie. Good luck tonight, and good luck in year number 2 of your big league career. Rhys Hoskins getting ready to set to play against these Padres. First of 3 here in San Diego. He'll bat second for the Phils. Lineups and first pitch when we come back.
In question sometimes, as the Padres will send a rookie to the mound, making his major league debut, a 22-year-old by the name of Jacob Nix. This is the lineup that he will face. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Cesar leading it off, and he's ready to go. Yeah, the first pitch of the night is in there for a strike. And you'll hear the Nix family tonight. They're over the Padres dugout. He is a Southern California kid, so they didn't have too far to roam to come see him pitch.
I saw a whole slew of them on the concourse today, number 63.
No balls and 2 strikes to Cesar, who's hit in 3 straight, and that pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Cesar 4 for 13 in the series against the Diamondbacks. And he slaps it foul past the Phillies dugout. And it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nick's family jumped the gun on that one. They started cheering the foul ball. Maybe they were just cheering because it was the first foul ball that he allowed in his big league career. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's a big kid, 6'4", listed at 220 pounds. Might be a little bigger than that. But those are his numbers in the minor leagues. He only made 1 start in AAA. And it remains 2-2.
Yeah, those numbers are no joke. First and foremost, the 1.84 ERA. Average velocity will sit about 92 to 93. Curveball change, 3rd round pick by these Padres back in 2015.
Change up low. It's 3-2. He was originally drafted by the Houston Astros in the 5th round out of high school. He was supposed to go to UCLA, but the Astros offered him in the 5th round $1.5 million. As Cesar floats that one to left, and Renfroe misjudged it, and he comes in and dives and makes the catch. And one away here in the first. Boy, he really misread that off the bat.
He sure did, and I thought Cesar was going to get away with one here. He kind of just pauses and then turns it on and off the heel into his webbing for out number 1.
One away, and here is Rhys Hoskins, who was 0 for 10 in the series against the Diamondbacks and is 0 for his last 16. Got a pitch outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Hoskins averaged this year at .257 with 22 homers and 72 runs batted in. Got a foul ball, 1-1. When Nix was drafted in the 5th round by the Astros, he was offered $1.5 million. And the reason that he was offered that money, which was well above the slot, over $1 million above the slot for that spot in the draft, was because Brady Aiken was going to sign for less money than what the number 1 pick would normally get. So that opened up the pool for a lot of other players in the Astros draft. Well, as it turned out, Aiken didn't sign, and Nix couldn't take the $1.5 million, was offered much less, filed a grievance against the Astros, and became basically not a free agent, but was put back into the draft the following year. Curveball lined and caught by Spangenberg at third. Well, he won't get away with that pitch the whole night. And there are 2 outs.
Well, this is a hanger here, and Spangenberg just jumps up into his glove. Good hard contact, though, by Rhys in his first AB.
Well, that'll bring Nick Williams to the plate. Phillies begin play tonight 64-50, a game up over the Braves, who are beating up the Brewers right now. Gabe said that this series is important. He said, but you know what? The rest of the year, all series are important. So you got to go out there and just win the series.
Every game.
Over to first base, foul.
That's one thing I think that Gabe really has done well with this young ball club, is not letting them worry about the next series per se, but just worry about tomorrow's game. And that's not easy to do, because you are in first place thinking, well, maybe we can beat this team, maybe we can beat that team, we can take 3 out of 4. No. He's always worried about tomorrow's game.
And a line drive to left field. This one will drop in front of Renfroe. And the Phillies have a base runner here in the top of the first. And that'll bring Carlos Santana to the plate.
I think Nick's starting to like this 3-hole.
Doing a heck of a job. He really is. He's turned himself into an above average player, which I don't even know if it's turning himself into. I think he's just growing into it. Santana hitting .219, 17 home runs. Carlos met with Gabe today after the trade for Justin Bour. Gabe just wanted to let Carlos know, hey, you're going to play every day. Change up outside, 2-0. Carlos was okay with it. Said, we acquired Justin. Yes, he'll make a start here and there at first, but against a right-hander, but he's been acquired for a bat off the bench. 2 balls, 1 strike. See the defensive alignment for the Padres. I didn't know if he got a piece of that or not. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Seems like it's a pretty straight fastball. Not a whole lot of run or cut to it.
Inside 3-2. So Williams will be off and running on this pitch.
Get one in the gap here. This might go up 1-0.
Margot plays really deep in center field.
Sure does.
And look where he's standing. Runner goes, and a changeup low, ball 4. And the Phillies have first and second with 2 outs. And as Drupal Cabrera is coming up. Time for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And the Phillies against the Padres, 63 wins, 32 losses since 2004. 32-14 all time here at Petco. It's been a couple of years though since the Phillies won at Petco though. They have had success out here.
It's hard to believe this park is that old. I mean, it really is.
It is a beautiful ballpark. Curveball lined on one hop off the chest of his Wahe. He picks it up and throws to first, not in time. That ball was scorched off the bat of Cabrera.
Ow.
It is an infield single.
As well it should be.
And the bases are now loaded.
It's just a shame, and I'm going to get greedy why that ball couldn't go just a little bit farther to Asuaje's left. Give him credit for chesting that ball up. That ball was scorched, like you said, T-Mac. Cabrera busting down the line.
Well, the Phils have them loaded now in the first inning. Something they had in the first inning 2 days ago or 2 games ago against Arizona. The game they won. They didn't score. And now Austin Hedges out to the mound to talk to the young right-hander. There's an adrenaline rush. There's no doubt about it. That's why a lot of times you don't see young pitchers last that long in their major league debut, because whether they know it or not, they have that adrenaline rush, and I think they get worn out pretty quickly.
Yeah, he'll take a lot out of you. He's already at 24 pitches. Plus, and I know folks back home don't want to hear this, it's hot out here.
Yeah, I still don't think it's as hot as it is back home.
For here, it's very hot.
And Odubel hits it on the ground to second base as Wahe has it. And the inning is over. So, Nix works out of a bases loaded jam. We'll move to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies nothing, and the Padres coming up. The bottom half of the first inning, the Phils had the bases loaded but did not score. Let's look at the Padres lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Well, Manuel Margot will lead things off in center field, and Eric Hosmer. Hunter Renfroe, he has been red hot recently for the Padres. He'll hit third. Franmil Reyes will hit fourth. And they'll face Jake Arrieta, or excuse me, will face Zach Eflin. Eflin in his 16th start. He's 8-3 with a 3.61 earned run average.
He's not been good after the All-Star break, however. 1-1 with a 5.63 ERA. He'll sit about 94 with that fastball.
Yeah, there is the first fastball, and it's in there. It's 0-1. Yeah, last three outings, 1-1 with a 5.63 ERA, but coming off an 8-inning outing his last time, where he easily could have finished the game. Kind of neat for him. He's starting tonight for the first time against the Padres, the team that selected him in the first round in 2012. There's Stairsy. I don't know if Matt realizes it, but it's 95 degrees here. Guess he figured McGuire's wearing a sweatshirt, he'll wear one. Swing and a miss. And one out.
You're not going to see a more awkward swing than that one. Margot, I think he was looking for something else.
Now Eric Hosmer is coming up. 8 for 21 on the road trip. A breaking ball, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Hosmer was 2 for 15 against the Brewers. And a breaking ball again. Little dribbler out in front of the plate, picked up by Alfaro. An easy play for the second out. Here comes Hunter Renfroe. And our Toyota turning point, we go back to yesterday in Milwaukee when the Padres were behind the Brewers, and all of a sudden Renfroe put them ahead.
Got a fastball here. You can see his excitement. That's a big one. Would put up 6 runs yesterday against the Brew Crew in that 9th inning. That was your Toyota turning point.
Brewers continue to allow runs. They allowed 10 to the Braves tonight as Renfroe takes a strike.
I talked to Stairsy about that today. He said Knebel goes out there, he gets the first 2 guys up, full count, and he throws 3-2 curveballs up by a couple runs. So we didn't know what he was doing.
They'll take it. Padres scored 23 runs in that series against the Brewers. They had 36 hits in 3 games. Brings us to our Geico quote of the day. Renfroe discussing that slam. It was just like, heck yeah. Let's be honest here. That's just the way it was. I don't know if you've ever had that experience happen to y'all, but it's pretty exciting. Out to center field. Odubel has room right on the edge of the track, and he puts it away, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres here at the bottom of the first. We move on to the second. Franco will lead it off when we get back. 2-game series Tuesday and Wednesday, both games at 7:05. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com. Michael leads it off, hits a one-hopper out to third. And one quick out.
I don't get that, Tom. I don't. As you see the large contingent of Phillies fans that made the trip out from Philly.
We were with them today, actually.
We sure were.
At the San Diego Zoo.
It's an excited bunch.
Scott Palmer decided to wear blue, so he stands out.
That's right.
In
He
the
always
sea of
stands
red.
out. But I don't understand swing at the first pitch. There you see Scott the Bull.
Bull's wife, Jean.
Jean. We've never faced a pitcher before, and you go ahead and swing at the first pitch. You don't know where the arm slot is. You don't know if you pick up release point easily.
Yeah, I think it's odd also.
And you swing at a first pitch curveball to top it off.
Fastball to Alfaro. For a .254 with 7 home runs. A little tardy on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Alfaro 1 for 8 in the series against the Diamondbacks. By the way, Gabe was saying that just from talking to Wilson Ramos that he's getting closer. Maybe we'll see him in a week or so. I mean, who knows? Got to play some games before he comes back. No balls and 2 strikes to Alfaro.
I think he'd play maybe 4 or 5, maybe catch 3, DH a couple.
Yeah, he's down in Clearwater right now and continue to rehab that hamstring injury. There's a curveball hit back toward the middle. And Alfaro has a 1-out single. Heading to the beach this weekend, working in the yard. Download the NBC Sports app and watch the Phillies from your device when you can't get in front of your TV. Never miss a moment from your first place Phillies, who in about 15 minutes are going to be in first place by a half game, because Atlanta is in the top of the 9th inning against Milwaukee on top 10-1. As Eflin bunts it to first, the throw goes to second, and they're not able to turn the double play. The ball was just bunted just a little too hard.
Hosmer, this is why you love having a left-handed first baseman. He comes attacking this baseball and fires a seed on the Freddie at shortstop. I wouldn't say he did it super quickly, but kind of flips it to his bare hand. See Freddie on the bag. Just needed to be a little softer.
I think it's hard to do on this grass, though. This grass moves fast.
I talked to Jose David Flores today. I said, Flo, you got a minute? He's like, what do you got? I said, is it me or is this infield lightning? He goes, it's beyond lightning. He said the grass is just about even with the dirt. And that's the first thing I noticed today when we went out for early batting practice to shag balls in the outfield. Take a look at Jose there. I said to my son, I said, can you ever seen grass this short? And Ted goes, this is grass? Like he couldn't believe it was really that tight, and the ball was flying through the infield. And you can see, I mean, the dirt is there, and then there is zero lip. Look how tight that is to the dirt.
That is true. It's pretty tight.
And just watching him hit fungos today, I mean, the ball was just getting on the middle infielders.
Huh.
So that was the one thing I noticed. The other thing is the grass is almost in the baseline between first and second to third.
There's ball 4.
You typically will not see. Usually there's more of a dirt area. But between the bases, I mean, basically the grass goes all the way out to where the base would be, in line with the base.
Yeah, that is kind of odd. Rhys lined out to third his first time up.
It was so short that I was talking to Aaron Nola about it today, and I said, because he's going tomorrow for the Phillies, and we were talking about the infield and how nice it looked, and he goes, what do you think Larry Bour would think of the short grass? It made me chuckle.
One ball, one strike to Hoskins.
He's lined out his first at bat, but I think he's seen Jacob Nix pretty good. He's having some good swings up there.
Yeah, I think if he hangs that curveball, which he's hung a few of them, he's going to be in trouble. Out toward right center field. They had him played perfectly as Reyes grabs it out of the air. No runs, one hit, and 2 men left. Phils have left 5 through the first 2. We'll go to the bottom of the second. August, the Phillies will make a contribution to the Help Our Kids Radiothon, benefiting the Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. To find out more, visit nemours.org/radiothon. Zach Eflin on the base paths to finish up that inning, so he's finishing up his warm-up tosses as we speak. He'll face Reyes, Hedges, and Spangenberg as we go to the home second inning. Zach was traded from the Padres to the Dodgers in the Matt Kemp deal, and then immediately shipped to the Phillies. And the Phillies are much better for it. It was a really good pickup. He has averaged a little more than 15 pitches per inning, which is the 8th lowest total in the National League.
I know that last outing that you referenced, 8 innings, 85 pitches.
Yeah, he definitely could have pitched the ninth. He even said that. He said he felt strong. Here's Reyes. He had 7 hits against the Brewers, 7 for 12. Had a swing at a foul tip, 0-1.
The large man right here.
He has the something that's odd in this day and age in baseball, and that is a slightly closed stance, meaning his front foot is closer to the plate than his back foot.
Not as extreme as Giancarlo Stanton.
No.
But one thing they have him doing, he was a big leg kick guy. So his leg kick would come up real high, kind of like Odubel. But they said the higher his leg kick got, the more his hands went back. And then when he landed, his hands were basically bowed out. He was swinging stiff-armed and wasn't able to get to any fastball. So they said now he's giving himself more of a chance because his swing is that much shorter.
That's where they wanted it. It's where Alfaro was set up. And a strike 3 called at the knees, according to Mike Winters. Second strikeout for Eflin. And 1 out here in the second. Well, as we mentioned during the open earlier today, Justin Bour was acquired by the Phillies from the Miami Marlins for Mackenzie Mills. Bour with 19 home runs, 54 runs batted in. For the Marlins, who's playing basically every day at first base, but with the Phillies, he's going to work off the bench. And a lot of people liken the deal to the deal they made in 08 to bring Matt Stairs to Philadelphia. As Hedges loops that one down the right field line, and it's going to drop for a hit. Yeah, that's the first hit of the day for the Padres. A 1-out single.
1-out lawn dart to right.
That brings Spangenberg to the plate. The 238 hitter. Anyway, Matt Klentak was telling us today that Rhys Hoskins came up to him and congratulated him on the deal. He said, "That's a great pickup." And Matt thought that was really funny. And I know he had a lot more to say, Murph, than just that, but he was very happy about the deal.
Yeah, certainly Matt Klentak talking to all of us before the game. He is here in San Diego talking about the Bour deal. And he said, you know, the Phillies have been very aggressive in making claims against players that are on waivers this year, much more than they have been in the past. And he said, you know, Justin Bour really does just fit the profile of this offense. He's a big guy that hits for power off the bench. In this case, he will hit off the bench. But he's also a guy that sees a lot of pitches. He's going to take a lot of walks. And one thing I thought he said that was the most interesting is he said, at this point, now for the Philadelphia Phillies, at this point where we are, this is about winning baseball games from here on out. He said early in the season we were trying to balance, you know, winning games and also developing the young players that were on this major league roster. But right now they're in a pennant race, and this is about winning games. They think that Justin Bour coming here will help them win games immediately and pay dividends right now. So this is it. You know, this team obviously is all in and trying to win this division and trying to get into the postseason. They think Justin Bour can be a big part of that.
Yeah, I think it's you saw that with the Cabrera pickup. You saw it with the Wilson Ramos pickup. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spangenberg.
And if he is going to be used in that role, he's going to be a guy off the bench facing some big-time relievers with some big-time arms. One thing that Justin Bour can do is get to a fastball. That's one thing that Matt Stairs could always do. Look what he did against Broxton back in that 08 series. He can get to a fastball flat out. I don't care whose it is. He can turn a fastball around. That's what you want coming off the bench in later innings.
Well, the other thing, too, is that he has very good numbers against some of the Braves' best pitchers. And as Gabe said to us today, that was not lost on the Phillies when they saw that. .389 against Julio Teheran, with a .607 on base percentage. Only one home run against Teheran, but still. .533 against Fultonevich, with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. Runner goes, and the pitch fouled off the mask of Alfaro. Runner goes again. Pitch fouled again. Swing and a miss. The throw to second on one hop is off the body of Cabrera. And a runner in scoring position, but there are 2 outs.
I hope that didn't hit Asdrubal where I thought it hit him.
It may have.
Austin Hedges creeping into second base. Alfaro dropped to his knees. The pitch is down. Oof.
All he needs, Ben, is time. Needs time.
Hedges has to be gassed at this point.
Freddie Galvis takes low. Freddie was 5 for 27 on the road trip for the Padres. Hit very well against his former team back in Philadelphia. Checked his swing and a breaking ball, 2-0.
You see young Matthew
tucked in the corner.
He must think he's in the middle of a New Brunswick winter with that big hoodie on.
He's going to hate that we're talking about him wearing a hoodie. But it really isn't hoodie weather.
No, not so much.
There's a fastball, and it's 3-1. Two. Oh, it's some nice tail on it. Down the left field line, out of play. Freddie was 6 for 11 against the Phillies last time these two teams faced off. Line drive to center field. It's going to drop in front of Odubel. The throw comes toward the plate, cut off by Eflin, and no play at second base, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead.
So many bad things happened on that play.
Well, it's an RBI for Galvis's 44th. There was nobody in the middle of the diamond to cut this one off except for Eflin.
Oh,
He should have been backing up, well, somewhere, I guess.
first of all, Odubel misses the cutoff man. I don't even see a cutoff man in range, and then there's nobody on second base to get Freddie Galvis. Now they have to walk Aswahe and clear the pitcher. Now you got Nix up. What? There was no cutoff man.
Yeah, there was nobody there. Honestly, Odubel should have just gotten to second base anyway.
Yeah, that's where you have to, as an outfielder, you know your limitations.
Yeah, there was no chance because he was playing so deep that he would have gotten Hedges, even though he's a catcher. So here's Jacob Nix making his first major league appearance at the plate. And it's no balls and 1 strike. There's Nix's family trying to capture every moment. Just 22 years old. Oh, and 2.
And you keep throwing Freddie that many fastballs. With Aswahe on deck, he's hitting 201.
In the dirt, blocked by Alfaro. That was a slider. I think you just got to pump this guy a fastball. Threw him another breaking ball. Not saying he's not going to hit a fastball, but I don't know. I don't know if you want to throw him something slow. 1-2 pitch. And a fastball foul tipped into the glove of Alfaro. 4 strikeouts. The Padres do score a run on the RBI single, or RBI double, I should say. No, single for Galvis. We'll head to the third. It's 1-0 San Diego. Section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. The question, Ben, is what hitter holds the Padres record for most strikeouts in one season? What hitter holds the Padres record for strikeouts in a season? The answer will be revealed a little later on. Phillies fans all around the city of San Diego, including over 100 that came out with Phillies tours. We're going to talk to them tomorrow. We showed you them earlier. And a first pitch to Nick Williams. There they are. Dan Baker's out here too.
Yes, he is.
Dan and his wife Kathy.
He's seen a lot of sights. He and Kathy are seeing a lot of sights.
0-2. That's not Dan, but those are Phillies fans. And a strike 3 called. Yeah, that is the first major league strikeout for Jacob Nix, so they'll keep the baseball.
Look here, pitch cast, not where Hedges wanted it, but it's a strike.
Mike Winters, the veteran umpire behind the plate. Jansen Visconti, Tim Timmons, and Mike Muklinski. Carlos Santana, the hitter, and he takes strike 1. Change up, floated out toward shallow left. Freddie's going to get there, and Galvis puts it away for the second out. Saturday, August 18th, when the Phillies take on the New York Mets. It's a 4:05 first pitch, and it's the IBEW Local 98 Jake Arrieta Snake nickname T-shirt. It's free to fans 14 and under. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets now. There's that T-shirt. And now Cabrera, who singled off the chest of Asuaje. Nix's family has not, I mean, for the most part, has not sat down this entire game. That's in the air to right field, and Reyes is waiting for it. And the inning is over. Phillies go down in order here in the third. Well, they've been standing most of the game. Now they have something to cheer about, as that young man has just set the Phillies down 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the third. PHIatSDN.com. Gaslamp District, downtown, not too far from the ballpark here. That's where all the restaurants and the bars are. A lot more activity this year. We were here in August last year, and it was somewhat quiet. Not so much this year. First pitch to Margot is fouled back. It's 0-1. Margot struck out his first time up. 1-0 Padres as we are in the bottom of the third. That's a good breaking ball right there. It's 0-2. Atlanta has defeated the Brewers 10-1. Kevin Gausman, 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run. He threw only 94 pitches for the Braves. So he gets the victory. So Atlanta now half game back behind the Phils in the division. Mentioned that Washington lost to the Cubs 3-2. Jeremy Hellickson actually had a no-hitter in the 6th inning and was lifted from the game after he walked a few batters. Fastball cut out and missed. 5 strikeouts for Eflin.
97. That's just straight 4-seam gas, top of the zone Bayou.
Hosmer was retired by Alfaro his first time up. And he lines one into left field, a base hit.
Beautiful piece of hitting there.
So Eflin gives up his 3rd hit as Renfroe steps up to the plate. Renfroe flied out to the warning track his first time up. Eflin in 3 years with the Padres organization won 17 games. In fact, his last year in 2014 with Lake Elsinore, which is the California League affiliate, he won 10 games. He was 10-7. It was surprising that the Padres would give him up at such a young age. He said he knew, or he had heard that once he was traded to the Dodgers, he wouldn't be there long. He just wasn't sure where he was going.
Well, he himself said, when I came to Philadelphia, I just can't get this quote out of my head. I threw a sinker and a changeup and just tried to pitch to contact. Maybe that's what they saw in him and said, we don't think he's going to turn into the kind of pitcher that we thought we were going to get when we drafted him in the first round.
Yeah, because they did have him for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's surprising, though, that they didn't try to change what he had. Because obviously the Phillies were able to do that, and he bought into it. Back toward the middle, that should be 2. Cabrera will take it to the bag himself. A 6-3 double play, no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We head to the 4th inning. It's the Padres 1 and the Phillies nothing. You name it, W.B. Mason has it all. Free delivery and no minimum order. Nobody does it better. To the 4th inning. It'll be Odubel, Maikel Franco, and Alfaro. And a curveball. That's the best one he's thrown tonight. And a little get me over curve. Odubel grounded out his first time up with the bases loaded. Pops that foul out of play. 0-2. Off the hands, out towards shallow left center field. No man's land, and Renfroe comes sliding in to make the catch. That's his second diving grab of the night. Diving or sliding grab of the night.
And the first one was misjudged. This is just a really good play. He's the only one that could get to it. Gonna need some bleach on those pants.
Franco grounded out his first time up on the first pitch. Had a fastball just a bit outside. 1-0. Odubel now is 0 for his last 11. We have some guys with double-digit streaks right now. Left side, Galvis. MLB At Bat is your #1 Philadelphia Phillies app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Phillies home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Here's Alfaro, who singled on a breaking ball his first time up.
Good swing there. Very quick. One thing he did on his single, his first at bat, got a hanging breaking ball, very short stroke, blistered the ball back up the box.
Changeup. And Alfaro strikes out. Second strikeout for Nix, who's retired 7 consecutive hitters. Middle of the 4th inning, Padres 1 and the Phillies nothing. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Chevrolet dealers and by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Here at Petco Park, I have to say, when this park first opened, maybe because we weren't used to it, I didn't think it was all that great. I really didn't. But now, as the years have moved on and the more we come out here and the more it's kind of settled in, I mean, it's one of the prettier ballparks in Major League Baseball.
I am with you.
The Western Metal Supply Company building, which they built around as they built this stadium. The one thing that they did change, which I think it's made them more money, is out in right center field where the beach used to be. But they've made it sort of a party deck right out there. First pitch to Reyes as we start the bottom of the 4th is a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. And then beyond that, we showed you the Tony Gwynn statue earlier tonight. And that is the park in the park, where folks kind of spread out and watch the game. At some point, Ben's going to leave to go get his workout in. Oh, wait, that's only when you're doing the studio, right?
That's right. Well, I can't do that anymore. They're redoing the Wells Fargo Center, so I can't work out there anymore.
Man, life is just taking a turn, one turn after another for you.
I walked SeaWorld in its entirety yesterday. I'm good.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Reyes. Just missed inside. Swing and a miss. Tied him up. 6 strikeouts for Eflin. He's got some good run on that fastball.
He goes back to that 2-seamer. What is that place?
Oh, that looks like it's a party deck also. It's on top of the Marriott. Got a lot of TVs. It's right near Phil's Barbecue. Austin Hedges takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Did you explain to Freddie Galvis that he's wearing your number?
Wow, I think it's pretty much understood. I mean, they're going to retire it on Sunday here.
Yeah. Swing and a miss to the slider, 1-2.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Freddie's going to look at all the great Padres that wore that number before him. That ball's hit pretty well out to center field. Odubel is back toward the fence. He jumps, and he can't get it. Austin Hedges has given the Padres a 2-0 lead. He has scored both runs. That's his 9th homer.
And he knew it too. He walked on out of that box like it's a no-doubter.
It sounded off the bat like it was a no-doubter.
Try and climb the ladder. Just don't get it up there quite high enough. On a 1-2 pitch, Odubel does everything he can. He's not Spider-Man.
Spangenberg shows bunt and takes a strike. Hedges 9 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Two balls and 2 strikes to Spangenberg. He had a nice road trip. He was 9 for 15 on the road trip for the Padres. Had a curveball strike 3 call. 7 strikeouts for Eflin. 2 outs here in the 4th. Reuben Frank breaks down last night's Eagles preseason opener. The latest Rube Knows podcast on NBCSportsPhiladelphia.com is available. Don't forget, last night Dallas Goedert made his big debut. You can download it, listen to him talk a little Eagles. As Galvis takes a breaking ball, it's 0-1. Freddie stays alive as he fouls that one. And it remains 1-2. Over to first base, and Carlos has it off the glove side and takes it to the bag himself. Eflin allowed a solo home run. He's pitching well here tonight. He's got 7 strikeouts. We'll head to the 5th. The Phils in need of some offense. Heroes when the Washington Nationals are in town. Wednesday, August 29th at 7:05. Limited edition Phillies Hulk bobbleheads. It's a theme night ticket. Go to Phillies.com/theme nights to order your tickets. One ball and one strike to Zach Eflin. There are two people in this ballpark who I know are going to be clamoring for one of those superhero bobbleheads.
Who's that?
Well, one of them is your youngest son.
Yes.
Swing and a miss. Eflin has the count even, 2-2. And the other one is Greg Castriato, the Phillies PR director. There's Greg. He's to the left talking to Jamison Hall in the middle as Eflin fights it off. And one out. Greg is a huge superhero fan. There's Craig Hugner down below, former Phillies PR assistant, now the head of PR here in San Diego.
I mean, Greg's pretty much a superhero himself.
What did he do for you? Did he do something nice for you or something?
I think of him as a superhero.
Which one? His own?
He brings a smile to my face.
Isn't that nice?
He's always happy to see me.
Cesar lines it to left field, a base hit. That's a nice swing. So a one-out single. And that brings Rhys Hoskins to the plate. Rhys is 0 for 2, 0 for his last 18. And hopefully we'll get a knock here. And Murph, keep this inning moving.
Yeah, well, we remember a little bit less than a year ago what happened here in San Diego, where he hit his first Major League home run, then proceeded to hit 2 more before that series was all over. So maybe things start happening again here in San Diego. We talked about it right at the beginning of the show, 1 year here in the big leagues, and he's been on so many different lists. But how about this one? How about through 152 games, Rhys Hoskins has 75 extra base hits, 100 walks, 100 runs. The only other baseball player in a live ball era to do that, guy named Ted Williams, who did it through 143 games. It's Rhys Hoskins and Ted Williams on that list, and he's on so many of those lists. It's because of the way he started off his career, 18 home runs in 30 days. And it's just been amazing his first year in the big leagues. But when you're with names like that, it kind of puts things in perspective.
Yeah, it does. Gabe was saying today, he said, we were just talking about this being the 1-year anniversary of Rhys making his Major League debut. We were talking about Rhys getting engaged yesterday on the beach here in San Diego. And he just said, he's just the real deal. I mean, he's just amazing. It's pretty nice to hear that for such a young player.
He really does get it.
There's Rhys down on one knee with his now fiance Jamie. His whole family was here. You may think that she is thinking about it there, but she said yes pretty quickly. Really, congratulations to them. I mean, they are two of the nicest people you will meet. Hoskins out in front. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Jacob Nix. And they're 2 away.
Yeah, Rhys going down to one knee to try and hit this one.
Went better last night.
Yeah.
Nick Williams is 1 for 2.
His curveball seems to be getting better as this game goes on. Through some of the first couple innings, just kind of rolling up there. And we always talk about how big a difference is between that minor league baseball and the big league baseball. The seams are really drastically different.
Off the hands, over to third. Spangenberg up with it. And Williams of the Phillies are retired here in the 5th inning. Jacob Nix has thrown 5 scoreless in his major league debut. He has scattered 4 hits. Middle of the 5th, 2-0 Padres. Minor league report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Tonight, Lehigh Valley lost to Louisville 5-3. Mitch Walding had an RBI double. Reading defeated Binghamton 5-2. Cornelius Randolph a 3-run walk-off home run. And Clearwater defeated St. Lucie 4-3. Mickey Moniak continued his hot hitting. He's 3 for 4. He was 3 for 4. Now hitting over 300 in his last 30 games. Here is Carlos Asuaje, who was intentionally walked his first time up. Swings at the first pitch and bounces it foul. Check swing, fair ball. Nice job by Alfaro. Picked it up right before it rolled foul. 2-3 on the putout. And 1 out for Nix.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there for Zach Eflin, and good heads-up play by Jorge Alfaro. They're giving you an easy out. Might as well take it.
Down the right field line, Williams will give it a look. And off the base of the wall.
There's one energetic family.
Really are. I don't know if they've never seen a game before, but they're cheering everything. He put seeds in his mouth before and they started cheering. They're just very excited. We all are. Tap for foul, and it's 0-2. And a strike 3 called. 8 strikeouts for Eflin. Manuel Margot. He's been struck out twice. Right field. Nick Williams is to the spot at a 1-2-3 fifth inning. All right, 5 in a row retired by Eflin. The man is in need of a little offense when we come back for the 6th inning. Incredible abilities and determination on and off the field. Pat Gillick joined the Phils in 2005 and helped guide an organization on the rise to the highest peak of baseball in 2008. The highest level of respect for two men who now reside forever on the Phillies Wall of Fame. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Carlos Santana leads off the 6th inning and a changeup in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Rick Kranitz is on the phone to the bullpen. Matt Strahm is warming up in the pen for the Padres. But he's not throwing a fastball at all to Santana. StatCast AI, powered by AWS, shows us the shift the Padres implement for Santana. With 3 infielders, including third baseman Spangenberg on the right side.
I'll give Jacob Nix credit. He is not afraid to pitch in, righties or lefties. We've seen him double up in there quite a bit.
He's got a good pace to himself, too. And he's got another strikeout, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 4 strikeouts.
Climbs the ladder. It's just too big a swing.
Now Cabrera, who flied out to the warning track in right field, his first time up. Fouled away over the third base dugout. Well, how about this one, huh? Drew Pomeranz got the win. The Red Sox defeated the Orioles 19-12. Bogaerts had a home run and 4 RBIs. Trumbo had 3 hits, a home run, and 2 runs for the Orioles. Orioles are officially been eliminated. They are the first team to be eliminated. With 46 games remaining, they tie the 1962 Mets and the 1932 Red Sox for the earliest date to be eliminated in a division or a league race. Curveball, and Cabrera rolls over on it. 2 outs. And here is Odubel Herrera.
Talk about a franchise that's trying to rebuild through their minor league system. And they basically sold off the entire team.
Aaron Loup warming up in the pen.
Eflin only has 78 pitches.
Maybe if his spot comes up, maybe that's the thought. I don't know. Yeah, this isn't about Zach. This is about the offense. Phillies have got 15 innings since they last scored a run. Odubel pulls it to first. Hosmer has it. Nix is there to cover. And the inning is over. That may be it for him. 6 scoreless innings in his major league debut. We have played 5.5. It's the Padres 2 and the Phillies nothing. Is this young man from Southern California, Jacob Nix, the 22-year-old, making his major league debut.
He's been really good. I think he's done. He got a lot of congratulations in the dugout. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Really dominated with all 3 pitches. In, out, up, down with that fastball. It's a heck of a debut for the young man.
A base hit for Eric Hosmer to start the 6th inning. On the first pitch from Zach Eflin. Here it is.
Gonna pull it to left his last time up. Shoots one back up the box. You can see all the congratulations. Got to feel proud of himself.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Renfroe. And he pulls it foul. J.P. Crawford, who was activated today. He's part of a 4-man bench for the Phillies that'll change tomorrow with Justin Bour coming to town. Outside 2-2. Adam Morgan now warming in the bullpen. Broke his bat. That's going to be a one-hopper at the second base bag and a double play, 4-3 double play. It's the second double play of the night that Renfroe has hit it to. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the third 4-3 double play on this road trip?
Well, I can tell you, Ben. There was one on Wednesday. There was a 4-6-3 double play also.
But I remember.
Yes, that was the third.
Yeah. Like literally just balls right at the second base bag where all Cesar has to do is basically catch it, step on the bag, and throw to first.
Gets a put out and an assist all in one play. 1-1 to Reyes. Reyes has struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging. A curveball pulled to third. Franco got his timing down, got his footwork set, and he throws him out. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. Zach Eflin has pitched well tonight. He's probably done, but the Phil's down 2-0. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Well, both pitchers have pitched well tonight. Eflin, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. Jacob Nix in his major league debut went 6, struck out 4. Phillies have not scored in 16 innings now. Meanwhile, the Padres have single runs in 2 innings. Jankowski takes over in left field. That moves Renfroe from left field to right field, and Reyes is done for the night as Matt Strahm will take over for the Padres. And he'll face Maikel Franco, Jorge Alfaro, and then a pinch hitter. Franco pulls it foul a long way into the second deck in left field. And a base hit to right field for Franco. That ends in 0 for 8 for Maikel. Franco is aboard. Alfaro's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, we wanted to tell you about something special that's happening all around Major League Baseball 2 weekends from now. It's Players Weekend, the second year in a row that Major League Baseball has done a Players Weekend. So the players will wear, colorful jerseys. They'll have the nicknames on the back of their jerseys. They'll have patches on their sleeve, talking about folks that, that have inspired them over the years to play baseball. Here's some of the nicknames for the Phillies. I thought these are some of my favorite. Big Fella and Bigger Fella. That's Rhys Hoskins and Tommy Hunter. Austin Davis with Big Fudge. Cesar Hernandez, Cecita, we saw that last year. Of course, Jake Arrieta is the Snake. But I had to find out the story behind Austin Davis and Big Fudge. So I talked to him today. I said, hey, man, where'd that nickname come from? And he kind of sheepishly said, well, it's a kind of a funny story. Started when he was in college. And he said I was a little bit bigger then. I was pushing 255, 260 around there. And, the guy started teasing me a little bit about that. And then they went to a pool party, and he sat down on a chair, and it broke. And it all started there. They started calling him Big Fudge, the nickname of a television character from How We Met Your Mother, or How I Met Your Mother. The character Marshall in that was also called Big Fudge, and he was a little bit of a bigger guy. So that's where it started, and it has stuck from there. Now, Austin looks good now. He's slimmed down a little bit. He's very athletic at this point, but Big Fudge has stuck around with him. So
imagine walking into a like in a building or a party for the first time. Hey, Big Fudge is here.
I kind of love it. I think it's great.
It's got to twist around. 2-0 pitch to Alfaro, inside 3-0. You can go to Phillies.com to get a list of all of the nicknames. Here's a sample of the jerseys and what they're going to look like. Bigger Fella's Tommy Hunter. That's his jersey. I didn't know you could put like an emoji on there for Boxberger. Alfaro with the green light, 3-0, fouls it off to the right. So would you put Big Irish on your jersey? Is that what you would do?
Absolutely.
Or would you put Ben? Because that's technically a nickname.
I'd put Big Irish on there.
All right.
I would. What about you?
I guess I would have to put T-Mac. Yeah. You're not. Is that not good?
Big guy?
Because I'm tall.
Because he's tall.
Yeah.
I'd go Bigger Irish.
Captain. We could go captain. What about you, Goose?
Yeah.
I said Bigger Irish.
Would you put Murph, or would you put Bigger Irish, or would you put Goose?
Well, I feel like Murph is really just my name, period. So
Yeah.
I don't even look at that as a nickname. I'd try to come up with something better.
No.
Goose.
You don't come up with it.
Well,
Somebody gives it to you.
yeah, I know. So Goose or Boone.
I like Goose better.
Right.
Goose is
We're
way
in
better.
San Diego. It should be
That's
Goose. 3-2 pitch to Alfaro. Inside ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out, and Roman Quinn will pinch hit.
After Maikel leads off with a single, I asked Tom, I said, well, if Alfaro gets on here, why not have Zach go back up there and lay a bunt down?
And then you don't have to use a bench player.
Then you have to use a bench player, and you keep Zach in the ball game. But the problem with that is you don't. Michael is not a speedster on second base, so if it's not the perfect bunt, you might have a force play at third base.
Craig Stammen loosening up in the bullpen. Well, the Padres are thinking that Roman Quinn will still try to bunt. Spangenberg's in at third. Tommy Hunter has joined Adam Morgan. Bigger fella has joined captain.
It looked like Roman was giving it away. If he does lay one down, I'd like to see him do it for a hit, at least until he gets a strike. Maybe end up with bases loaded.
That's the thought. They throw behind Franco. Right over his backside as Freddie Galvis picks it. That pitch was called a strike by the home plate umpire. Boy, they're really creeping in on the corners. And Roman's swinging away this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Zach goes 6 innings tonight. He pitched well. By no means is this about him.
No.
Almost look like the same pitch.
Back-to-back changeups.
Near the dirt. Hedges keeps it around the area.
Or if that's the old Randy Johnson move. He threw out a ball to get the ball that he felt good with a slider with.
Didn't help that he gave it away, though, did it?
Never did.
Threw him a fastball, and Quinn strikes out. 1 out here in the 7th. We kind of had this conversation today about these spots where the Phillies don't always bunt, where you can get maybe 1 back with a fly ball now if the bunt was successful.
The reason, Tom, that I would rather see the bunt is because we're watching a struggling offense.
Right.
So you have to try and manufacture a run somewhere along the line.
Yeah, and I think getting a run, I mean, maybe it doesn't, but it might lead to another run.
Right. And again, it's obviously easier to say it up here in the booth, but I'm looking at it realistically. Like, if you're waiting around for a 3-run homer, the way the Phillies are swinging the bats right now, I think they'd be better off trying to manufacture something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 16 scoreless innings for the Phils. Popped him up. Hosmer, foul territory near the seats, reaches over, and the net caught him. Now, without the netting a year ago, he may have been able to make that play.
He definitely got to the spot. I think he would have made the play. I really do.
Three and two. May have been ball four, but instead it's a strikeout, so 2 outs here in the 7th.
3-2 changeup out of the zone.
Well, now Rhys Hoskins.
Surprised you're not bringing in a righty here.
Yes, and Stamon's been up and warming. One ball, one strike. Phillies got the first 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning, but then Strom was able to strike out the next 2 hitters. And now they need a clutch base hit from Rhys. See Hoskins' numbers with runners in scoring position.
I know why they didn't take him out. Righties hitting 138, lefties hitting 244.
Backward splits.
Yeah.
Got that one on the back door.
Changeup.
Ground ball back to the mound. Strom's got it. And the inning comes to a close. The Phils have left 8 runners tonight. In this inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. Time to stretch with the Phillies trailing it 2-0 to the Padres. T-Mobile. And tonight it's been Austin Hedges who's about to lead off this 7th inning.
He scored the only 2 runs for the Padres. It's your T-Mobile built for baseball.
The Padres have 5 hits. The Phillies have 5 hits. The Padres scored a run in the 2nd inning on a base hit by Freddie Galvis. That brought Hedges home, and then Hedges homered. In the 4th inning. Here's Adam Morgan in his 48th game. And he will face Hedges, Spangenberg, and then Freddie Galvis. Phillies, we mentioned, have left 8 tonight. They're 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, they're 2 for 26 on this road trip with runners in scoring position. So they've had chances. They have 2 at-bats left, though. They got to keep the Padres right where they are. Morgan drops in a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Oh, and 2.
I like that. First pitch curveball followed up by a changeup.
That's some good movement on it, too.
Sure did.
Swing and a miss and a changeup. And 1 away, 9 strikeouts for Phillies pitching tonight. Ben, it's now time for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans trivia quiz. Answer: what hitter holds the Padres record for most strikeouts in one season?
You know what, Tom? I have not given this a whole lot of thought, to be perfectly honest.
Are you
with
eliminating yourself from this answer?
I eliminated that a long time ago.
All right.
I'm going to say Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter Renfroe is a good guess. That's who I thought initially. It is not him, though. But you're in the same era.
Same era of Padre baseball.
Yes.
Outfield.
No balls and 2 strikes. He's been working out at third base for the Padres.
Will Myers.
Will Myers is correct. He had 180 last year. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Hey, he took a boatload of ground balls today.
Spangenberg strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Morgan. Two outs. Sounded like the production cavity was giving you a lot of love on that one.
I appreciate it.
Yep. We're told the button was stuck. That was the only reason.
Lord knows I need it.
All right, so here's Galvis. Galvis is 1 for 2 with an RBI tonight. He is 2 for 3 with an RBI tonight. Boy, he's just killing his old team, isn't he?
Sure is.
He is now 8 for 14 against the Phillies this year.
They're all crisp singles, hard hit balls. It's a nice short swing there by Freddie.
Every time a Phillies pitcher records a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. See Freddie taking his lead off. Good sized lead. Runner goes, pitches outside, throw to second base on one hop, goes off the glove of Cabrera and slows right behind the bag. Faro slip on that?
I thought he just tried to overthrow it. He just yanks it third base side. Not the best jump here by Freddie. I mean, the throw was there in plenty of time. If it had been an accurate throw. No, he just overthrew it. That's a bad feeling as a catch, knowing you had a runner dead to rights and you made an errant throw.
And now it's full 3-2. Freddie just threw his gum at Maikel Franco and he caught it with his glove. Fly ball left center field. Odubel is over. He says he's got it, and he does. No runs, 1 hit. Galvis is left in scoring position. Nice job by Adam Morgan. We go to the 8th inning. The Phillies trail at 2-0 to the Padres. Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Phillies down 2-0 as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. Time now for our Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Here off the bat of Cesar Hernandez, very first batter of the game. Hunter Renfroe misjudges the baseball, but able to close and make the grab. And off the bat of Odubel Herrera, Hunter Renfroe again does not misjudge this one. He's the only one that can get there. They are your Hyundai defensive plays of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Here's Craig Stammen, who is 5-1 on the year. He's had a nice year. This is his 52nd game. think a lot of folks thought that he would be traded by now, and he still might be at some point before the 1st of September. Oh, 2. Off the end of the bat, flared out towards center field, and it will drop for a hit. I'm surprised Margot didn't try to dive for that one. But that's a good thing for the Phillies. They get the leadoff hitter aboard for the 2nd straight inning. Time now for the Major League Notebook. Let's check in with Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. And 2 of the best players in the game are hurting right now. Rockies third baseman Nolan Arenado left tonight's game against the Dodgers with a sore shoulder. He hurt the shoulder during the game tonight, trying to turn a double play. He was shifted over in the shortstop position, trying to turn a double play, and he hurt it on the throw. The Rockies say they don't think it is serious. And the other player that we're talking about, well, the best player in the game, and that is the Angels' Mike Trout, is finally headed to the disabled list with that sore right wrist of his. He has been out since August the 1st. They were hoping it would just be a couple of days, but he is, the pain has lingered in that wrist, so they decided they're going to send him to the disabled list. As people are cheering, so I'm going to turn around to the track. They're going to send him to the DL retroactive to August the 6th, but he is going to have to sit on the shelf for just a little bit because he is hurting. That's your Major League Notebook, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, guys.
Hurts the game when he's not playing.
I guess that cortisone shot did not work.
Yeah, they didn't seem optimistic about it, though, even when he got it. Well, Carlos Santana flied out to left field for the first out, and now as Drupal Cabrera. It was 1 for 3. Phillies have managed 6 hits tonight. They've left 8. That one's pulled to second on 1 hop, and that'll be 2. 4-6-3 double play. 18 straight innings without a run for the Phillies. Quiet night tonight. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. Head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 2-0 Padres. Washington Nationals come to town for a National League East matchup as the pennant race heats up Monday, August 27th to Wednesday, August 29th. All those games are at 7:05. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Let's load up the ballpark. Phils need to win 2 of 3 here in San Diego this weekend. But their offense is obviously lacking at this point as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Their starting pitcher tonight, Zach Eflin, went 6, allowed 5 hits and 2 runs. He pitched very well. It's that old thing that we always talk about. It's you just hate to waste a good pitching performance.
And the Phillies have wasted a couple recently.
Well, you got to think about the Jake Arrieta performance the other night that was wasted because they lost in extra innings.
Aaron Nola in Boston.
1-2, and it happens. You know, you go through ruts like this. The Phillies have been in first place for over 30 days. And they'll still be in first place tomorrow, no matter what happens with this game. It's just that they could share it with the Braves. Swing and a miss. Boy, he's got a good breaking ball tonight. That's 3 strikeouts. Gabe is about to head out to the mound. So he's going to bring in the right-hander Luis Garcia. An inning and a third scoreless for Adam Morgan. He needed that. Yeah, the Phils certainly needed it too. So a pitching change here in San Diego. The Phillies trailing at 2-0. We'll be back. And Luis Garcia is being brought on to face Manuel Margot after an inning and a third scoreless by Adam Morgan. Margot's 0 for 3. Over to third base. Franco, nice pick on the run in time.
Nice play.
Yeah, 2 outs.
It's a bowling ball in on Margot's hands at 98. Good sink, late life. moves in and picks it, gets it on the short hop, which is key. Finds the handle, makes a good strong throw on to Carlos at first base.
Eric Hosmer is the batter. Kirby Yates, who's taken over the closer's role for the most part for the Padres in the bullpen. With Brad Hand going on to the Indians. Off the end of the bat, and a line drive to right field, base hit for Hosmer. Third hit of the night for him.
After tapping one feebly in front of home plate to Jorge Alfaro, Ace hit a bullet to left, bullet to center, now a bullet to right.
The big Stairsy happy.
He looked ecstatic, didn't he?
Don't make fun of Matt. He asked how his message went over last week at the ballpark. I said it was great. I said all the messages were great. That one goes over the leg of Alfaro on one hop, a wild pitch. The last couple of days, Jorge's been getting down with both legs. That time it was only one leg down, one leg up. And
but if you're expecting a slider, knowing it could be in the dirt, he just tries to backhand it, bounces up off his right hand. It's just not a good way to block a ball.
over to third, Franco. And a long toss across the diamond in time. No runs, one hit, one man left in scoring position. It's the last chance for the Phillies. Odubel, Maikel Franco, and Jorge Alfaro when we return. Standing by, they'll discuss the Phillies' offensive struggles. They'll also discuss Zach Eflin's quality start tonight, and hopefully they talk about a come from behind victory, because the Phillies have gone 18 straight scoreless innings and are down 2-0 as we go to the top of the ninth inning here. The new pitcher is Kirby Yates, the closer for the Padres. He's 3 for 3 in these spots. Righties are hitting under 100 against him. Odubel starts it off. John Maley going over the scouting report with Maikel Franco. Odubel's not alone, but he is in a rut. 0 for his last 12. Rhys is 0 for his last 20. And Odubel is aboard. A little spinner out to center field. This is the third time in a row the Phillies have had the leadoff hitter aboard. Time now for our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. This is why the Phillies are trailing.
3-2 fastball here from Zach Eflin. Scores Austin Hedges. Odubel with an errant throw, and Freddie ends up on second. In the fourth inning, Austin Hedges again. Dead central. Pitch just not up and elevated enough. They are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
So Maikel is up with a runner at first base. Inside, 1-0. One ball, one strike to Franco. Andrew Knapp has a bat. Reminder, tomorrow night we'll be on at 8:30. It'll be Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phils. Phillies pregame live gets everything rolling at 8 o'clock. The 1-2 pitch coming to Franco. And he lines it into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. And the Phils have the tying runs aboard to start the inning. And Jorge Alfaro is due up. He's looking into the dugout to see whether Knapp is going to hit for him. Nope, it's going to be Alfaro. Scott Kingery is going to come out and pinch run for Maikel Franco.
Nice job both by Odubel and Maikel. Maikel getting down in the count, 1-2. Really good piece of hitting, just using his hands and getting the ball into center field. MLB.com app. Looks like the pitch that he hit in the center was the only pitch on the plate.
Here's Alfaro with runners on first and second. And he takes low, 1-0. Alfaro worked ahead 3-0 in his last at bat and wound up walking. He has 3 career sacrifices, and as you can tell, the Padres don't think there's any chance that he's going to sacrifice. One ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike. 1-2. Always need a dangle hat.
Phillies fans are making their presence known here at Petco Park.
1-2 to Alfaro. And he strikes out.
Change up down. Alfaro swinging over the top.
And now it's Knapp with runners on first and second. And 1 away. Rhys going over the scouting report with John Maley again. Look at a miss by Knapp. Knapp continues to choke up. Megan Montemuro from The Athletic had a really cool story about when Andrew decided to do it. He said it was when the Phillies saw Anthony Rizzo and the Cubs, and he saw how Rizzo does it, and he figured he'd start trying it in the batting cage. Said he just has a better feel for the barrel of the bat by choking up a little bit. Oh, and 2. Well, he may get that change up here. Phillies trail at 2-0 in the top of the 9th inning. They haven't scored in 18 straight innings.
That listed as a splitter. I think it has more action like a changeup. Doesn't seem to have that tumbling action, more of a fading away.
He threw it again, and then it's 2-2.
Andrew, one of the many Phillies hitters out for early BP today.
Kingery leads off first. Odubel leads off second. Ball in the gap could tie the game up. And Andrew hits it back over the net.
Ball over the wall. give the Phillies a lead.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be living by the 3-run home run in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
Phillies were last shut out in back-to-back games, the 1st and the 2nd of June this year. Swing and a miss. And Yates 95 on the heater, back-to-back strikeouts.
Climbs the ladder, up and in.
And now it's left to Cesar. That was the last time the Phillies were going through a scoreless stretch like this, too. They had been held without a run for 22 straight innings. That wrapped up with that second shutout. Actually, the next day, the Phillies finally did score, June 3rd. But those 2 shutouts were part of it. At a first pitch fastball. It's no balls and 1 strike to Hernandez. There's that Phillies group that we saw today at the zoo in San Diego. One and 2. I will say that they were fired up to come and watch their team play tonight. Friars fired up. 1 and 2 to Cesar as the runners lead off. And a bouncer to the right of the mound, picked up by Renfroe, and the ball game is over. The Phillies have been held scoreless for 19 consecutive innings as they are shut out in back-to-back games for the 2nd time this year as they lose tonight 2-0 to the Padres. In the 9th inning, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. Austin Hedges had a big night. He scored both runs. Galvis drove him in with 1. He homered for the other. And all that makes a winner out of Jacob Nix in his major league debut, and he is our Chevrolet player of the game.
As 6 innings pitched, just the 4 hits, given up 4 strikeouts. He did issue 2 walks. He got some defensive help.